In a recent conference done on the science on psychedelics, a psychiatrist by the name of Ben Sessa suggested that psychedelic treatment offers the opportunity to dig down and get to the heart of the problem that drives mental illness. You should listen to me today because I will be shedding light on a breakthrough treatment that has the possibility to rid or just diminish the effects of PTSD. In a study done in China by Zhao Feng, there were two groups that were given PTSD treatment. One group was given MDMA while the other wasn't. After the experiment was done, 83% of those who received MDMA showed a significant reduction in their PTSD symptoms, while there was a 25% in reduction for those who received no MDMA assistance for their psychotherapy. Today I'll be arguing that the US federal government should legalize MDMA for the means of PTSD treatment. I'll be arguing three things today. First, I'll argue that too many people are suffering from PTSD. Too many people suffering from PTSD are choosing high-risk behaviors. Second, I'll argue that we should legalize MDMA for PTSD treatment. And third, I will say that with the legalization of MDMA, it will not lead to increased substance use. So let's begin. So first, I'll argue that too many people are suffering from PTSD. So the U.S. Across has been affected by PTSD from veterans to civilians. PTSD shows the connection to the mind and the body. Physical repercussions as a result of psychological burdens on them. PTSD stands for post-traumatic stress disorder. It is caused by an event of trauma that could be anything. It could lead up to a decade after the initial trauma. Symptoms of PTSD include flashbacks, severe anxiety or depression, or suicidal behaviors, and because of this, many veterans across the world are choosing high-risk behaviors because of it. From the years 2001 to 2015, there were records of 50 million suicide veteran records were overlooked, and it was found that there was a 30% increase in the amount of suicide rates that went on. And this was from Eric Skitch for the Journal of Post-Traumatic Stress, as opposed to 25% increase in the civilian lives. Now that I argued that too many people are suffering from PTSD, I will argue that the legalization of MDMA. So what is MDMA and its effects to the body? MDMA is a drug that is seen to be a connection between, a marriage between amphetamines and another drug called mescaline, a more psychedelic experience. Effects of MDMA to the body, to the consciousness include increased confidence, and increased empathy, while the body can feel dizziness, nausea, or many of those. Sorry, I lost myself there. Okay. From the years 1970 to 1985, psychiatrists and other therapists were using MDMA as a prescription drug that they were giving to their patients just to treat PTSD. So then after this, from the years 1980 to about 1990, protesters went against the FDA, protesting that the possibilities for the misuse of MDMA outweighed, the possibilities for its benefits on reduction in PTSD symptoms outweighed its potential for its abuse. So then this is the case. So on to my third. I will argue that legalization will not lead to increased substance abuse. So currently right now MDMA is in stage 3 trials of stage 3 clinical trials of its research, which means it is one more down from actual human trials. Because it is called, the medical community recognizes it as a breakthrough drug. What this means is that the FDA has reason to believe that MDMA-assisted psychotherapy has a greater or better outcome than what is previously used right now for PTSD treatment. So that is why it's in stage 3 clinical trials. Because of this, we see that there is that might lead to increased use of MDMA usage. A psychiatrist by the name of John Perry went through empirical data and suggested that with the increased use of it, it will lead to increased oxidative stress and toxicity levels in the brain. When in fact, yes, this does happen in regular users, but with the legalization of MDMA for means of treatment, this will not be a take-home drug. The patient will continue and go to the facility at which they are being treated. They will take it there, they will stay there and stay the night, and then return back the next night, which leaves no margin for abuse because they are always regulated. So today I talked to you about the legalization of MDMA. I talked to you how there's too many people suffering from PTSD and they're choosing high-risk behaviors. I argued that we should legalize MDMA and that with the legalization of MDMA it will not lead to increased substance abuse. So now that you know more about this breakthrough treatment, I hope that you will put more of your interest into it.